Nation, Main Event TV, a.k.a. Meat TV, a.k.a. What the fuck, Eagles? Did the Sixers give you their water bottles before you start the game? A.k.a. Joselio Hansen. Joselio Hansen. Why are you even in the game? You suck. The only reason we know your name is because we always see the back of your jersey after you're being burned because you're trying to catch the guy. You suck. All right, and I'm not trying to hear about the field and all the conditions, because if anyone saw it last night, the interview, he talked about how the reason he kept getting beat was because the field conditions, he kept falling and slipping. Your whole highlight reel is you getting burned all year, and the year before that, and the year before that. You suck. Just admit it, all right? I cannot say, you know what? You won't ever have to worry about me complaining about Asante Samuel anymore, ever. And for those who also don't know, Ellis Hobbs has come out. Adam Schefter is reporting from ESPN that Ellis Hobbs is going to retire after that big hit. And like I said, you hate to see an athlete retire because of an injury. Always. It's just not cool. Regardless how bad Ellis Hobbs is, it's just not cool. Anyways, that's what we're going to talk about today. Okay, Eagles, we're going to start right now. First off, it was a piss-poor performance. It pissed me off so much. It's impossible to go into Chicago. You already know that Philadelphia and Chicago don't like each other after the Stanley Cup, okay? So you got to go in there. You got to represent, all right? And you go in there and you half-ass it. I'm going to start talking about, because in the first half, let's start with defense, all right? First off, let me get a shout out to Trent Cole. Trent Cole is a man among boys out there. He was being held, he was being choked, and he was still getting sacks. That just goes to show you just how strong and how determined Trent Cole is on every play. Trent Cole, my hat's off to you, bro. Salute you. Anyways, the rest of you guys, my God, Quentin Michael. I can't tell you. It happens at least once a game for those who don't know. Quentin Michael, he's not, I've said it before on the show, he is not Brian Dawkins. He gets ran over. He got ran over in the first quarter by a lineman. First off, it was like 5-10 yards out. What the hell was a lineman running out there anyway for? It wasn't a screen, I don't think, but got ran over. This guy stays getting ran over. I just don't understand it. Oh my God. This defensive line did what they had to do. They got pressure on Cutler. The first play, what did I tell you guys? You didn't know what Cutler you want to get. First play, Cutler sails one right in the air. Should have been picked off, but secondary's not paying attention. He threw about 2 or 3 of them that should have been picked off. But, like I said, secondary wasn't paying attention because they were head up their ass. So they had a shitty outlook on life, all right, last night. Anyways, lack of hustle I've seen all night. Stuart Bradley. Yeah, Stuart Bradley, we already know, bro, that you cannot cover, all right? You cannot cover anybody out there on the field. However, late in the first half, when that guy's running up the field, you grab the guy from behind. And what do? You let him go and you walk out of bounds. And the guy keeps running. You quit on the play when you had him. I don't respect that. Not at all. All right? Offense. Oh, my God. Look, Michael Vick. Now, I usually get on Kevin Carr for throwing stupid passes. Michael Vick, I'm only being fair. You threw a fucking stupid-ass pass. All right? In the first half. I don't know why you threw that, and I'm not going to just blame Michael Vick on this. I'm going to blame everyone. The offensive line for not getting pressure. Vick for trying to stand in a pocket that doesn't exist right there. So when you throw it, it gets deflected and it's interception. No. I also blame the coach for this. Why? Because the coach, he sees the play. You're calling a play in the red zone. Mind you, we are 1 for 5 last night in the end zone. That means 2 weeks in a row, we've been 2 for 10 if anyone's been doing the math. That's not going to work, and it's becoming a problem. All right, look, first off, red zone. Why is Andy Reid and Marty Morningweg still calling these plays in the red zone? You should know by now, when you have Vick out there, you call play action. Why? Because it gives Vick a chance to roll out so he doesn't have to stand in the pocket and have to worry about getting deflected. If he rolls out to whatever side, he has a better view of what he wants to do. Plus, it gives him the option to run. Okay? That's what you do with Michael Vick in the red zone. You play action all day. That's all you have to do. Now, I also want to say, on the flip side of that, defense. I don't understand you guys. Really. The Bears threw 4 formations at you all night. Power I formation for those who don't know, split back, all right, wide out, and what else? They ran the option. 4 formations, all the same. They were disguised in different schemes, but it was the same formation all night. How do you not make adjustments? I don't understand it. All right, now I understand the players can't do it as much, but Bradley is the man in the middle. He can call the audible. He has to point it out. If he doesn't point it out, the coaches have to see it. They made no second half adjustments. It was ridiculous. It was a big clusterfuck. Receivers. Let's get on this right now. All right, let's get on this right now. Because the fact is, Jeremy Maclin. If anyone didn't know, Jeremy Maclin in the 4th comes in a cross route, deep cross. There's no one there, but he quits on the play that Vick threw to him. What the fuck you quitting on the play for? And in the punt return, you dive. You fucking dive. You say, oh, there's 4 guys. I'll just dive on the ground. No! You try to find a way around that. You don't fucking dive. See, and you know what? I'm getting real tired of these people telling me, I understand you guys love Desean Jackson. Desean Jackson. Yeah. I've been saying this how long now? That this guy decides that he just want to run over them. He doesn't want to run across the middle. He turns into Todd Pinkston in the end zone. I want to get hit. This bullshit. You catch the ball and you take the hit. All right? I'm getting tired of hearing about Desean Jackson. And you guys keep chalking up the youth and inexperience. We are too late in the season to keep hearing this. All right? And for those who just think that I'm just jumping on Desean for since all year, I'm going to let my man's Von Hebron tell you, all right? This was on the post-game show afterwards.
Magnolia, true that Desean Jackson has alligator boots on his Christmas list to match his arms.
Hey, I love Desean like the next man, but he's watching.
Is that habit forming when you start?
It's definitely habit forming. Seriously, at the end of the day, you looking at that every time he's in that middle. Hey, I'm serious. If you keep it real, Desean man or not, hey, I don't know. Me and Reid was talking in the green room. This was happening before concussion. All I'm saying, I just keep it real. And that's why you'll never see, and Ray, you correct me when I'm wrong, you'll probably will never see 15, 20 catches from Desean. Because at some point, you got to go in the middle and catch that rod.
And I also think it's crucial for Desean to be willing to take a hit in the end zone. And maybe we should use Riley Cooper a little bit more in the end zone. He's big, he's physical, he's tough, he's got that mentality. You know, and that was a catchable ball, and that, to me, changes the whole game.
Saying something from Tom in Easton. Come on, Vaughn, keep it real. Most who take a hit like Desean did will have alligator arms and legs, knowing that like Andy should, he doesn't send them over the middle in the end zone.
That's not true, man. Hey,
talk to him.
Man, I'm about to talk to him. Look, you play in the NFL, you're going to get hit like that all the time. And if one hit is going to take you out of the game, hey, they done their job. That man done his job. Yeah, I know he got fined, but who knew that it would have repercussions all the way to now? Because he has a problem coming across the middle when he thinks another hit's coming. And I do say again, this was before the concussion.
Before the concussions, that this was his method of.
Yeah.
And thank you, Von Hebron, for saying it how it is. It's about damn time the mainstream media said something, because they said he'd been saying it for weeks. I've been saying it since last season in the playoffs when he played against Dallas. But no one wants to believe me. Like I said, y'all, no, I'm happy that this has been said finally. Because now I'm not the only one. I don't look nuts. I don't look crazy, all right? But the fact is, ever since that happened, you know, Desean took a little bit of criticism after the game. This is how he acts the criticism.
Yeah, Michael, here's what I've been hearing from a number of sources. The problem was with Desean not talking to the media was that after this game, apparently head coach Andy Reid called out players for specific things, not being in the right place at the right time, and things like that. And I guess Desean was one of them, and it took exception to being called out. And basically that's why he did not talk to the media afterwards. And as one source told me, you know, hey, everybody handles criticism differently, and obviously that's the way he's handling it right now.
So Desean Jackson, a.k.a. Mr. Mouth, finally shuts the fuck up. He has nothing to say. I wonder why. Maybe because you had a piss-ass game. That's the problem. See, what you fail to realize, Desean, look, I've been saying this time and time again, week for week, and I understand you guys still love him, but this is adding up between the diva antics, the diving, the not catching balls, the not wanting to run a cross route. I mean, it's always something with this guy. No one's telling him to run 72 miles an hour down the field all the time. He can't do that every time. He has to adjust his game. And if everyone is saying, well, he's also small and he's light, then let him get his ass in the weight room. He should take a page out of, LaShawn McCoy and go gain some weight so he can take a hit. And speaking of LaShawn McCoy, let me say real fast, all right, bruh, you did a lot for this team last night. I'm not just talking about running. Anybody who actually watched LaShawn play, there was a lot of blocking going on. He took down Urlacher, and he was taking down all types of people on the block to protect Vic. He is my offensive player of the game, okay? Not just because of running, but the fact that he contributed in the way he did blocking-wise as well. Brent Selleck. I swear to God, this guy has rocked your brains. He has to, all right? I understand that he does not get the passes that he did last year, because the way the schemes are built now, they need him to block more for Vic protection. I understand that. But when the pass is thrown to you, All right, you have to expect to get hit. The one in the end zone, that was a beautiful pass between Selleck and Vic. Beautiful. All right, not going to get on that. But all these other plays that you had, you also, especially in the fourth quarter, like I said to other receivers, you have to come back when he's being pressured. You just can't sit and run your route. Everybody, when you are a receiver, you should know by now when your quarterback is when he's getting pressured, break your route and come back. I mean, I said this earlier. It's not that hard, but you guys make it hard on what it really is. Now, Andy Reid, all right? Andy Reid, all right? Now, before I even get started, I understand there's some fans out there who just love to dick suck Andy Reid, all right? I'm not saying everyone does, but I know there's some fans out there. So if you're going to make a video this time towards me or against anyone else who doesn't like Andy Reid, at least this time, make it in one take and not 7. Then maybe someone will take you seriously. Anyways, Andy Reid knows that he has a bunch of yes men around him, and this has become a problem for years. This is why we still have the same problems. If you don't believe me, listen to Reid Didinger right here.
I mean, this is the way we've assessed Andy overall. I mean, we discussed him a lot at length in the pregame show about what a good coach he is, and he is in terms of preparation, in terms of training camp, in terms of practicing. If there is a weakness in Andy's game, it's from the time they kick the ball off on Sunday to the end of the game. The quick decisions, the way to manage the clock, the way to handle your timeouts, when to challenge, when not to challenge, those kinds of in-game decisions are his biggest problem, and they remain so. But, you know, the thing we're going to talk about today was his decision to call a timeout rather than accept the 5-yard penalty, which would have been incidental. I don't know why coaches don't do that. I mean, but it's not just him. I mean, most coaches will do that all the time. They'll take a timeout to save a 5-yard penalty. On the third down, you probably aren't going to convert anyway. Timeouts are precious, and especially when you're behind and you're going to be in a situation where you're going to have to stop the clock. I mean, I'll take the 5-yard penalty, but give me my timeout. But Andy will never do that.
Quickly, Vaughn.
Good words, me and Ray talked about this at length. How does he improve that? Because I think the in-game decisions is about being instinctive. This is what I feel. Boom, let me make the decision. So one of two ways. I think instincts are your instincts. Or he has to be willing to get people around him that he's going to listen to at that time and say, look, Andy, I don't agree with that, and let's talk about it. Because until he does that, he's going to continue to make the same thing. Like you said, 12 years down the line, he's still making the same decisions.
Somebody has to step up and tell Andy Reid, look, this play is not going to work. This is not working. Your timeout, stop wasting your timeouts. You have to understand, Andy Reid, that you cannot get up there in the post-game show and say, well, this is my fault. I take full responsibility. And then the next week you do the same exact thing. You've been doing it for years. If you do not correct the mistakes that you make, there's no point of you taking responsibility. You are negating the problem. You're just letting it go. And it's been happening for years. And I'm tired of seeing this. Somebody has to step up. You have too many yes men around you. You have too much control. That's what it is. All right, now next week. Not even next week, Thursday, we have Houston. All right, they're coming here. All right, we can beat Houston. But I don't know if they're going to have Andre Johnson, and because of the fist fight, no, we don't know yet. But we have Houston. We can beat Houston. Matt Schaub is a hell of a quarterback, but he doesn't have all the weapons he needs offensively to beat this team. The defensive line is good, but they're just like the Bears, all right? Because obviously the rule is out to contain Vic, how to do it, all right? The rule is out. They showed it. The Giants showed it. The Bears jumped on it. Houston will do the same with their front line and linebackers. They will play downhill, but they cannot cover. All right? That's what they do best. That's what the Bears did. All right? They couldn't cover. If you notice that, when we had, the no-huddle offense in the fourth quarter, all right, before the 2-minute warning, what happened? We picked them apart. And then what does Andy Reid do once we finally get down there? Call timeout. Why are you calling timeout? The no-huddle offense guys all the way up the field. They are fine. The Bears needed a breather. We just should have stepped on the neck and kept going. But you called timeout to give everyone a breather, which doesn't make any sense. All right? Because you guys weren't really tired because it was little dump passes. They were fine. All right? Anyways, we have Houston. We should be okay. We're still going to make the playoffs. I'm not worried. It was one bad game. I'm very pissed off about the game, but it was one bad game. We had to get back on track. All right? We got Houston, and then the rest of what? Other than Minnesota, the rest of division games. Dallas and the Giants. We can do this, guys. All right? So, Eagles, please step up to the plate. We will talk to y'all later. All right? I'll answer questions after your comments and questions later. I got somewhere to go. I'll talk to y'all later. Y'all be safe. I'm out. Tomorrow, we talking basketball and the Sixers, too. Nobody's safe this week.